everybody's so excited that this is season 4. What should we expect, the highlights?
Oh, wow. Well, I think this season is very much about home. I mean, here we see this family who are immigrants to America, and they arrive at a really interesting point in American history. It's kind of when the country, I guess, as most people know it today, is the foundations of that is being formed. So it's not without its difficulties. Obviously, they come into contact with Antitrust, plantation and slavery, and that is something very difficult for Claire. But then they go and they settle a parcel of land in North Carolina. So it's a time of, even though there's a lot of difficulties, there's a lot of hope as well for them this season. You see Jamie and Claire especially build a home and create a life that they've never really had before, which is kind of cool to see too.
So the fans will be very happy.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, we get to explore something very different each season, and this season they're in a way it's very content and settled in a way that, you know, we've never had a chance to explore that side of their relationship. But obviously it's Outlander, so there are a lot of outside or external forces that, you know, bring trouble. And then, you know, we may have some people from previous seasons come back or come into the fold. And then you get to see a side of Jamie and Claire, I think, as parents that we've never really got to explore before either.
In the first episode of season 4, there is a confrontation that I won't go into detail about, but she is in physical peril, and we're so accustomed to seeing her fighting, and she has to handle things very delicately in this episode. Are we seeing a new side of Claire? Has she reached a different point in her journey?
Yeah, I think every season we explore a different aspect of her and all the characters. I mean, this season it is a different Claire. I think she's gone through probably the most traumatic thing she could ever have gone through, you know, leaving her daughter behind, going back through time, going to see Jamie, and all of the trials and tribulations that they went through last season. I think this is almost, it's them catching their breath in some way, especially for Claire. I think, you know, she's given up everything to have a life with this man and to have a life in this time, and so it's a quieter, more nurturing side of her, and it was definitely a little bit of a shift for me, because you have to realize that, you know, I think we spend so much time talking about the benefits of being strong and on the front foot, and that's very true. But we all have that kind of more quiet and nurturing side too, and it's just as important. And so I think it's nice to be able to explore a character in all their aspects and give equal value to them all.
One thing that maybe the word nurturing would not apply to are the humorous comments between you and Sam on Twitter. I follow you both.
I feel like that's very nurturing, no?
And I'm constantly laughing at what I read there. Are you great friends outside? I know his career is going off in a different direction. You're doing another movie. So how much time do you spend when you're not together on the set?
Oh, I mean, you know, I think we spend so much time on set. It's like 14 hours a day, but you know, there's a group of us who now live in Glasgow and have been there for about 5 years, and so obviously, yeah, we're all very close. And you know, Sam and I have been so lucky. Like from day one, we've had each other's backs, and we're great friends, and we're also the only two people who have gone through this particular experience in this particular way. So that creates a really deep bond, I think. I feel very grateful, you know. I think, you know, sometimes you look back on, or you look at other shows, or you look at other things, and I don't know, you're like, wow, if you don't get along like we do, how do you do that for so long? So yeah, I feel very grateful.
And wrapping up, you've just had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
How did you celebrate?
I was in New York and I had a lovely dinner with friends, so it was good.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Margaret.